what we screwed ourselves with in America that I've realized in the last 5 years is we put too much sugar in our bread. We dose our bread with cane sugar, which is insane because it's the worst thing you can eat. Europe, they do sourdough breads with no sugar. So when you eat a piece of bread here, you spike your glucose through the roof. Plain white bread is, in my view, it's my personal opinion, is poison. I wouldn't touch that shit. It's poison. I have to go out of my way here to find bakeries in Miami that make sourdough bread with no sugar. I don't want any sugar. I don't want any cane sugar.
Alright guys, Kevin O'Reilly just revealed his exact morning routine and it's way more intense than you think. We're talking 5 a.m. wake-ups, ruthless discipline, and habits that separate the 1% from the 99%. This conversation gets brutally honest and packed with game-changing insights you cannot ignore. Subscribe now for Debt Disaster Daily for more financial truth. Let's jump in.
How important do you think a morning routine is? You've got quite the early morning routine, right? You're up at 4 or 5 a.m.?
No, I got up this morning at 5. I went down to the gym. I listened to 3 or 4 European feeds while I was working out, did some aerobics, did some weights. It's a constant routine. You need that just to clear your mind.
That is factual. Unfortunately, most people, myself included, I will be real with you, I don't go to the gym that early, which honestly I should be going. Or anyone that's willing to go through discipline in life should do it. I've been to the gym myself a couple times in the morning, early in the morning. It is quite the experience, I ain't gonna lie. And that's what separates millionaires from everyone else. Discipline.
You're also, garnering a lot of data. And so I was on the road at 7 o'clock. I gave a keynote today here in Miami to entrepreneurs, a room of 3,000 entrepreneurs. I really enjoyed that. And here we are now sitting talking about the same topic. So, that routine is important, particularly around mental wellness and physical wellness. And I don't smoke. I don't take drugs. I drink wine. I like that. That's my one curse. It's bad for sleeping. I wear an orange.
Well, not everyone's perfect, so it's no surprise some people, even millionaires, have their own vices. It is what it is at this point. But then again, they do the harder parts themselves, which is discipline, morning routines, all that jazz.
Or a rig. And I've done something else which is a little unusual, but I learned it from a bunch of guys I'm involved in longevity. I decided a couple of years ago to start wearing a glucose monitor, even though I'm not a diabetic, just to learn which foods spike my glucose, because every DNA is different. So I learned, for example, if you drink a beer, I love beer.
Beer's disgusting. I don't care what anyone says. It's disgusting.
You're trying to keep your glucose range between 50 and 150 because it's not a theory anymore. It's a proven fact. If you spend your life spiking your glucose with sugar, your propensity to develop dementia, not Alzheimer, goes up geometrically. In fact, they've been able to arrest dementia by reducing heavy glucose loading. Essentially, you're frying your brain with sugar. So if you understand that, you start saying, well, let's see what foods do that. Well, for me, it's beer. I go from, 88 to 280 after half a bottle of beer. Well, that's really dumb. Don't do that to yourself. Or if you eat like a lot of watermelon, boom, through the roof, a lot of grapes. You end up finding foods that you're much stabler with in terms of this mandate to maintain the range. But what happens is you lose a ton of weight. You're not even hungry and you're just losing a ton of weight. And I lost 30 pounds and my energy level went up, my blood pressure went down. And that's the kind of thing that is just maintenance in a routine. So I cycle every day, I work out, I really watch what I eat. And my only sin is I love my wine.
Well, I'll say my 2 cents on this. Really, I'm pretty young myself, honestly. I basically eat whatever the hell I want. It can be sludge, it can be an actual nice steak, could be like the most healthiest salad ever as well. When you get to the age of Kevin O'Leary, you're definitely gonna want to watch your own diets for sure. I'm not saying wait until you're at his age. I'm just saying they are gonna have to be people at that age. People are gonna be have to be way more weary about what they eat for sure, what they put in their mouth. Pause. Um, but if you're in your 20s for sure, watch what you eat for sure, because it'll definitely compound by the time you're in your 30s, 40s. And to be precise with you guys, I am actually trying to start getting into that also, watching what I eat as well, because let's be honest, we want to live long, don't we? We want to make money, live long. At the end of the day, you gotta watch what you eat sometimes. It is what it is.
Look the same age. Like, I feel like forever. Like, ever since I
Yeah.
first found out about you, I don't even know how long ago it was, but you look exactly the same.
You know, it's. I think, and I was having this debate. I was in Washington D.C. 2 nights ago at a fundraiser, and I got that same question. My mother was she was Lebanese, and my father was Irish. If you look at Mediterranean people and their diets, you look at blue zones, they're all over the Mediterranean. Look at, these islands off the coast of Greece or where I lived in Cyprus. People walk 40, 50,000 steps a day. They eat 2 meals a day of salad and fish and olive oil and olives, and they don't eat any sugar in their bread. And I don't know that's the secret, but remember, I grew.
That wouldn't surprise you if that was it. Unfortunately, in the States, we have sugary breads, which makes you think sourdough should be the healthiest, right? The healthiest, right? It's got sugar. You'd think that the wheat bread here also would be the healthiest option. Also, it's got sugar. Go anywhere outside the U.S., I guarantee you the bread is gonna taste way different, way better, fresher, obviously, and it won't even have sugar at all. That's just how it is, unfortunately, over here.
Grew up that way. That's all I knew living in Nicosia, Cyprus, eating Lebanese food cooked by Lebanese women. That I didn't appreciate it back then, but that diet's crazy healthy. Like you don't eat any shit. That's just not part of their culture. And so the same with the Italians. If you go to Europe and see, it's so much about what you put in your body every day. Now, look, if you want to take drugs, you want to smoke, you want to do all that crap, well, you're going to look like shit. That's what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, that's facts. Don't be a retard and inject yourself with supplements for no fucking reason. That's just honestly. Yeah, if you really expect to look nice after injecting yourself heroin or freaking smoking weed all day, every day, drinking, expect to look like complete shit, because that's not optimal, especially if you want to become a millionaire or get rich or work your way out of the rat race. Yeah, you cannot be doing that. Absolutely hell no, you cannot be doing that. And on top of that, you're wasting money too. So you can drown yourself in debt with a bunch of substances, and what's that gonna do for you? All right, nothing, except make you look worse.
So if you want to age out gracefully, think about what you put in your body and how you treat yourself. And the other thing, sleep. Get some sleep. I wear an Aura ring. I try for 7 hours and 11 minutes of sleep. And I've learned one thing, and I'll tell you right now. You got to stop drinking 3 hours before you go to bed. You just kill your REM. You kill your REM. You kill your sleep. Like I don't achieve that every day, but I'm telling you, I try not to drink during the week so that I have these great nights of sleep. And I think that just helps you for longevity. Good food for thought for everybody. And all of this technology is so inexpensive now. Aura rings this technology would have cost you $100 grand 10 years
They
ago.
were a sponsor of our channel. I love the Aura Ring.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And the firmware updates are great. I wear it all the time, and I'm always checking my sleep. And I snooze in limos everywhere. When I'm going between gigs, I zone out, get 10, 15, 20 minutes of sleep.
Yeah.
When people say, it's not valuable sleep. Every minute of sleep is valuable.
It's fun.
Yeah, and on top of that, you don't get your sleep back if you stay up. Like, if you stay up every night, you're basically asking yourself to age faster, basically. Now I get it. If you're stuck in the rat race and you're trying to get out, obviously you cannot be sleeping as much. You got to sacrifice that a little bit. But once you're in that zone, once you're in that routine, once you have enough resources accumulated, then you can take a step back and go like, you know what? Let me doze off. Let me enjoy my hours of dozing, enjoying my hours of Z's and whatnot. I mean, like it makes sense. Like what the rich do is they try to buy time. How do they buy time? By aging slower. How do they age slower? Eating better, having a morning routine, sleeping more, and of course, exercise, diet. The rest follows.
Funny you mentioned the diet. The U.S. diet is so terrible that in January I did the caveman diet. So I just really
The keto?
yeah, not keto, the caveman.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
just like just whole foods.
It's kind of like paleo.
Yeah, just one ingredient food. So like chicken, rice, broccoli.
Yeah, you gotta
no
watch.
processed food, no
You gotta
sugars.
watch white rice. That's a very big spiker. You should move to
Brown rice. Yeah, I do brown.
Yeah.
But my point being, the first few weeks was actually really difficult because it was hard to find foods that were not processed, fried, or loaded with sugar. And when I got the diet down after about a week, and you had to be very careful about what you eat. Like going out to a restaurant, I'd look through what's in it. I'm thinking, oh, I can't eat that. I can't eat that. I can't eat that. In the first few months, though, I lost 10 pounds.
Yeah.
And it's just body fat.
and
It's
you
all
feel
it was.
great, right? You get energy
Right.
goes
Oh,
up.
totally.
The
And it was
thing-
just that.
What we screwed ourselves with in America that I've realized in the last 5 years is we put too much sugar in our bread. We dose our bread with cane sugar, which is insane.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, listen, I like my French toast. I really do like my French toast every now and then, but like, come on, man, we cannot be having that every single day. That's just terrible. That's just asking yourself to be diabetic.
Because it's the worst thing you can eat. Europe, they do sourdough breads with no sugar. So when you eat a piece of bread here, you spike your glucose through the roof. You know, plain white bread is, in my view, it's my personal opinion, is poison. I wouldn't touch that shit. It's poison. I have to go out of my way here to find bakeries in Miami that make sourdough bread with no sugar. I don't want any sugar. I don't want any cane sugar. A lot of problems with cane sugar. There's too much of it. And slowly you'll see that the adoption of that kind of practice gets you in a much healthier place and reduces weight. But when you're in a restaurant, you're eating a loaf of bread or, and eating it before your meal comes, you're eating just cane sugar. It's garbage.
If you had to pick a number, how much would you pay to go back 20 years?
Oh, that's a great question. I would like to do that because I would have treated myself so much differently if I could have done that. The way my lifestyle back then, at the peak of being an operator, I was killing myself. I was just killing myself. I was working 21 hours a day, flying all over the world, not eating well. I weighed almost 40 pounds heavier. I wasn't sleeping at all. I think to myself now, why was I doing that to myself? What did that cost?
Well, I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, when you're trying to leave the rat race, you gotta sacrifice some things. And that doesn't mean you have to sacrifice them forever. You gotta sacrifice them temporarily until you get the resources that you actually want to achieve. Say you want to reach 1 million, well, you gotta work more. And you might have to sacrifice diet. This might be a debate. This might be debatable, but yeah, sacrifice your diet a little bit. Sacrifice sleep. Can you do it with everything like sleep, 8 hours and whatnot? Yes, you can. It's just gonna be way harder, obviously, because you need time. You're using your time to work. That's just the process of trying to escape the rat race. But if you're not trying to escape the rat race, well, yeah, you gotta eat healthier. Obviously, treat yourself better.
Cost me? Like, it can't have been free. And so if I could somehow, there would be value. How much it would be, I don't know, because I don't want to change anything in my life. I'm pretty happy with what I got right now. But my advice to anybody in their 20s is think about what you're doing to yourself every day. If you kind of get hip to this, you'll live to 120 years old. And it'll be a really high quality life. If you really think about exercise and diet and smoking, what are you, an idiot? I mean, I used to smoke, but that you have to be a complete moron to do that. That you
Yeah, listen, if you're watching this and you smoke, I'm sorry, but that is just completely fucking drop it. You're killing your lungs, you're killing your teeth, you're killing your health overall. You're gonna look even worse, like I said earlier. And yeah, I mean, cigarettes are not even that cheap anymore. Last I checked, I think Newports are like what, $15 now at a gas station. I'm like, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, $15, and imagine people buying those daily, $15. What is that? 15, 15 times 5. That would be 78, 75, maybe $95, give or take. Yeah, that is just like crazy. And you do that for like every day, like for 5 days, for like months and whatnot. Like, no, that's just completely stupid.
you have to be beyond moronic. You have to want to die in a horrible way. That is the worst thing you can do to your body. It's insane to inhale tobacco smoke. It's fucking crazy. But 20-30% of the population does it. Nuts.
You got to talk to Ben Mala. You got to get him to quit.
Do you know Ben Mala?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's such a dramatic change when you kick it. Within 90 days, you start to feel different. You start tasting things. Everybody I've talked to that's pulled it off. You got to take anything you can to stop yourself from smoking.
How much would you pay, though, to go back 20 years? Now, let's just say everything is the same. It's just you today, right here, right now. Nothing has changed, but you're 20 years younger.
Yeah, it's priceless. I mean, there is no. I'd pay any amount, but can't do it. That's been.
Yeah.
Anybody would want to do that but it's. The only way that deal makes sense is if I get to keep the knowledge I have today.
You do.
Okay,
You would give everything.
Okay, that if I could keep my portfolio, because that's
Your portfolio.
I'm keeping the portfolio.
Companies, okay.
Yeah. I want everything I work hard for this stuff, so I've got it now. I don't want to lose any houses or anything like that. I want to keep my planes, all
the
that
guitars,
stuff.
watches.
I want all of that. I want everything. It's all coming back with me. But if I could get back the years, yeah, that would be. Of course, that's priceless. If anybody ever develops that technology, he'll be the most successful entrepreneur on earth.
That would be an interesting entrepreneurial route. Yeah, that guy would probably be a trillionaire, because I'm pretty sure anybody, probably including myself, in like 40 years or in 20 years, would want to look back and be like, you know what? I like my younger self. Let me treat myself better. Let me turn back time a little bit and keep my portfolio as well. All right, guys. Well, that's about it, guys. Yeah. More of the story. Eat less sugar in the mornings. Sleep more. Time is money. Money is also time. So definitely make sure you do everything that you need to do. Make sure you have a routine. Use it wisely. And if you're trying to escape the rat race, save some bucks. Save some bucks. Even though you got to make sacrifices, at the same time, try to save some bucks. Although this wasn't your actual typical debt disaster episode, but we're probably going to throw a couple of these episodes. Every now and then, just to give out some actual educational videos and spread the message. But thanks again for watching, guys. This is Debt Disaster Daily. We are out.